Ferrari gives up on signing Adrian Newey. Understand the reasons a current saga in Formula One, which is likely to drag on for a while, involves the future of Adrian Newey, a renowned designer who will soon leave Red Bull and has several teams interested in his work. Initially, Ferrari was Newey's favourite, as working for the Italian team would fulfill one of the designer's career dreams. With negotiations advancing in recent weeks, reports indicated that only Newey's signature was missing as Ferrari had accepted all his demands. However, new information has now emerged from the renowned automotor und Sport, indicating that news from the paddock during last weekend's Monaco GP suggested Ferrari has ended the negotiations and is no longer interested in hiring Adrian Newey. The reasons for this withdrawal were not disclosed, but Automotor und Sport points out that four teams currently have open offers for Newey: Williams and McLaren, who have had Newey on their teams in the past, and Mercedes and Aston Martin, who also had discussions with the designer in recent days, but without any progress so far, with Newey and his agent opting to wait a little longer to see what offers come in before making a final decision. Now let's talk about Mercedes dropping the front wing. Remember that Mercedes' W15 front wing that caused a lot of controversy because it had a cable connecting the last flap to the nose? When the car was revealed, many thought it was something innovative, while others thought it was irregular. But later, the FIA approved it, and the Mercedes team continued using this wing without showing any significant improvement in the car's performance to claim it was truly innovative. It seems that Mercedes is going to abandon this front wing. At the Monaco Grand Prix, the team decided to stop using this front wing, at least on one of their cars. In the race at Monte Carlo, Mercedes used a new front wing on George Russell's car, and we noticed that the big novelty was that it no longer had this last flap connected by a cable. Now the flap was complete. So, what about Hamilton? Why didn't he want to use it? The Mercedes team, of course, needed to use it on one of the cars to make a comparison, but it seems Lewis Hamilton did not want to use this new front wing. According to Hamilton, he did not want to have setup problems or test different configurations on his car, as happened in previous years. Hamilton no longer wants to be Mercedes' guinea pig. Coincidentally or not, with this new front wing, George Russell qualified better than Hamilton. But initially, this new front wing was only supposed to debut at the Spanish Grand Prix. However, the Mercedes team decided to speed up the development and delivery of this front wing to use it at the Monaco Grand Prix, while also looking ahead to the Canadian Grand Prix, which will take place in 2 weekends. So far, we do not know if the Mercedes team will have two new front wings, one for Hamilton and one for George Russell, or if they will continue as they did at the Monaco Grand Prix, with each driver using a different front wing specification. But as soon as we have this information, we will bring it to you here at Box F1. Now let's talk about the return of Flavio Briatore to Formula One. One of the most controversial names in Formula One has always been Flavio Briatore, who has been involved in several situations on and off the track, the most notable being a scheme to manipulate a race in 2008 so Fernando Alonso could win. Since then, he was banned by the FIA, with this ban being lifted a short time later, but he never returned to a permanent role on the grid. However, according to the Italian newspaper Corriere dello Sport, Briatore is back. It was reported that he had a meeting with Renault president Luca De Meo, where he was offered the opportunity to take on a special supervisory role at Alpine to try to solve the team's problems in Formula One, as Alpine is going through a very challenging phase. Briatore accepted this invitation and is already working, with his role not involving constant presence at the tracks, but acting more behind the scenes of the team, seeking interesting names from the market, both drivers and staff. The newspaper claims Briatore has already had meetings, including with Adrian Newey, having several high-profile names on his list and trying to create a much more competitive team for 2025. The duration of his contract was not disclosed, but there are indications that he might even take on the role of team principal again soon, as this position is still quite undefined within Alpine. And that was the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our work.